If you've never cooked with quinoa before, it's just like cooking rice. In fact, it's a little bit more forgiving. Or maybe that's because I don't know the difference between good quinoa and bad quinoa. Basically, I'm just putting 1.5 cups into 3 cups of water and throwing it in the rice cooker and letting it do the job. One and a half cups to 3 cups of water is pretty much how you cook brown rice. That's 3 right there. Right, they're going to go in the oven. Going to give them a little rub with oil. Yeah, what do you guys made? What's this? Betty Crocker's. I would normally sprinkle a bit of salt on there, but I'm going to put a bit of the taco powder on that. That'll be a little bit more flavour. I'm going to shove these in the oven at 180. So the usual culprits are going in for big flavour. Mushrooms, onions, celery, tamari, and pink sea salt. We're also going to whack in a bit of this guy here, turmeric. It's sort of a gingery, carroty flavour that really gives a lot of colour, but it's more about the antioxidants. Carrot and a tomato because of the natural flavour enhancers that are inherent in tomato. I'm a bit wary of tomatoes since having a diverticulitis attack, because a lot of people say that that tomato is bad for diverticulitis, it particularly being one of the nightshade family plants. Potatoes are also a nightshade family plant, but I'm not having any problems at the moment, particularly with a vegetarian diet. Interesting thing I heard about recently, tick bites contributing to meat allergies. What a subject. Alright, let's get on with the chopping. I forgot the garlic. If you're a regular mushroom eater, garlic, mushroom and tamari. Put that in your repertoire. This is what I do with garlic and mushroom and tzatziki. I put the garlic with the mushrooms. And then I put the tamari on top of that and let that all sweat together, and it just brings out all the flavours. Don't try this with soy sauce. It's got to be tamari soy sauce. If it's normal soy, the amount that I put on there would make that so salty you wouldn't want to eat it. Okay, there's all my veg. Bit of salt in there. Alright, what do our spuds look like? They look crispy golden. Can't see because the light's in my eyes. I'll grab the pan. Don't burn your hand, Matt. Or maybe a little tad longer. Using these powders, I like to wet them up a little bit, otherwise they sort of don't tend to make a good glue. I used to chuck out the liquid in these cans, but in the chase for more fibre, there's lots of soluble fibre in that. Normally use a fry pan for this, but the fry pan's got the spuds in it in the oven, so I'm just going to use this. I've got enough time that I can sizzle it off if it gets too wet. Sometimes when you're making a a mince like this, it's easy to make it too wet. Turn it right up. Get the heat into it before I turn it down to simmer. Once it's all sweated down, I want to get a little bit of caramelisation on the bottom. As soon as I get caramelisation, I'll go in with the prepared wet taco powder. I want the smallest flame I can because I want this to sweat down, not to cook. Okay, we've got the heat cranking right down to as low as I can get that flame. Cover it over and let it sweat. The idea of sweating something down is so everything cooks and sort of loses a bit of its moisture. And as it loses its moisture into the pot, all the flavours come together. You can see that all the onion is starting to cook down. All the veggies are starting to get a bit mushy looking. It's going good. Looks good. Now I'll try to get it to caramelise on the bottom. There you go, you can see it starting to stick and caramelise. It's the secret to any good sauce. Caramelisation. A little bit of patience and a little bit of just keeping an eye on it will make a big flavour difference. That's going to go in there. I'm going to put some water in there as well, and the beans. And another packet of that. Why do I use reduced salt? So I can put my own salt in. With that on the lowest heat possible until it becomes gloopy, and you're good. I throw some of that in there. If you like it hot, put some chilies in. I'm feeding a family, so the kids don't do too well with chili. Alright, I'm not going to use all of that. There's heaps in there. Probably use a third. I don't measure anything when I cook. I'm a taster, not a measurer. What's that going to look like? I'm really liking this quinoa stuff. Look at that. Looks good. That look good. Dad's guacamole cheat. A little bit of sour cream. Little dollop of taco sauce. Smush that all together.